Today, for the first time in Unreal Golf history, I'm playing real golf. Welcome to the channel. My name's Sandro, and 8 months ago, I built a home golf simulator right here in my living room with the purpose of improving at golf without actually going out to the golf course. I've got 2 young kids, a small business that I'm running, and so I don't have time to drive out to the course, spend 6 hours out of my day on the weekends, because I'm a family man. I want to spend time with my family. So to make this video more interesting, I haven't played a round of golf outside for 8 months now. Until today. Well, last week pretty much. And so the big question is, does a golf simulator or launch monitor actually help you on the golf course? Does practicing and improving indoors help you outside on the golf course? That's the question I wanted to know ever since I started this journey over a year ago now. So today I'm going to give you a pretty good idea as to if that's actually possible. Last week, I visited the Legend at Arrowhead Golf Club here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's about 10 minutes from my house, $104 for a round, which is pretty good these days. And I decided to film my round for the first time ever. I bought a professional camera, I got microphones, and guys, I even taught myself how to make all the tracers. It was a ton of work. I spent the last 2 days making tracers on this whole video, so I hope you can really appreciate this work. Right now, I'm a 0.5 index, and I've been a 0.5 index for probably the last year and a half because I haven't posted enough rounds. So I'm not really sure where my handicap is at, but all I can say is that I'm used to being under par. And at my peak, I was a +2 handicap, but I've always been insecure about my swing. And every time I got on video, I was able to see what my swing was actually like. So having a launch monitor, having a golf simulator, has finally been the perfect tool for me to improve all the things that I've been insecure about. Of course, all my videos show me having fun and playing full rounds and going under par, but I also spend a lot of time working with different tools, practicing shallowing, working on my balance, and of course, early extension. I've tracked all my metrics in pursuit of optimal launch conditions for my driver. I've been working on a consistent iron shape so that I can hit push draws on command pretty much every time. And I work with my wedges all the time from different distances, controlling spin, letting it run out, hitting different clubs. And so I've been putting in work, but only indoors and not outside whatsoever. I'm hitting off mats. The lie is perfect every single time. The aim is always the same. So does this translate out to the course? Going into this round, I really felt like breaking par was possible because if you've seen any of my videos, we've been going low. We started out over par. And then as the weeks progressed, we started going under par. I even shot 10 under par at one point, but obviously that's simulator golf. So today I filmed the front 9. Our goal here is 36. Yes, I really did feel like I can go under par, but not having played for 8 months, 36 even par was a pretty fair goal. Before I actually get into this round, and I will give you a voiceover for the whole round, I want to say to anybody, I applaud you if you make golf content out on the golf course. It is incredibly difficult. Like I said, I had my camera, I had my microphone, I set up a tripod for every single shot. I filmed everything, I edited everything, and there's also the pressure of me putting out perfect content after not having played for 8 months and bringing that to YouTube because this was pretty much my one shot because I don't know the next time I'll get out to the course. Not only that, but filming on the course makes you rush. There's already so much pressure of just trying to play good golf. But then try adding in rushing. You get about half the time for every single shot when you're setting up your camera every time, making sure that the lighting is correct, making sure that everything's level. So this was difficult. So I ended up only filming the front 9, and in the back 9, I really just wanted to enjoy my company and not take away from the players in my group because it made me feel pretty selfish having to set up and record every single time just in case it was taking away from my playing partners. So enjoy this front 9. I'm going to be telling you about how my simulator has helped me with certain shots. I'm going to tell you about some of the challenges that I was facing during this round, being that I haven't played in the last 8 months, and how it actually compares to simulator golf. So thank you so much for joining me and watching me. This was a lot of work. Alright, so first tee here, and I felt pretty nervous. This felt like a tournament. They told me to aim for this big tree, and that's exactly what we did, and executed perfectly. I felt really good about this one. Left myself about 114 yards, and this is a 50-degree wedge. In the past, I have had issues with pulling my wedges because I used to come more over the top, so I was reserved and aimed to the right, which naturally means I hit it dead straight, but exactly where I wanted to, and I was so happy with the crisp contact too. Now we know how important the first putt of a round actually is because it sets the tone for the rest of the round, and I was so surprised that I hit this putt as close as I did. Now because I haven't played much, I didn't want to be aggressive, but I was pretty much just going for a tap in there.
Yeah.
Hole number 2, we got a dogleg right par 5, and I wanted to cut over the corner of these trees with a draw, but pretty much just hit it dead straight.
Too far right.
So I did miss my mark, and you'll hear me complain, but I have very high standards for my game.
Yeah.
Left myself in a decent spot just off the right side of the fairway. Kind of a funky lie, so I wasn't sure how it was going to come out, especially considering I always hit off flat lies in the golf simulator. But ended up drawing this one in nicely, pretty much exactly how I played it. Came up just a little short left.
Yeah, the lie was really weird.
Left myself about a 15-yard chip up the hill, and this was the first chip I had hit all day. Hit it to about 1.5 feet. I was really happy with the contact, so I couldn't complain much. And that's a tap-in birdie. Now, typically I'm not one to make excuses, but I've been having issues with this 3-wood grip for quite a while now, and it definitely slipped on that swing, and I ended up topping it. I've done this a few times over the last few months. So this next shot was going to be a fantastic test of how well I can actually make contact on a golf ball, hitting it out of the bunker. It is so easy to accidentally hit behind it, or to just completely thin it. So this was just a pretty easy 9-iron from about 148 yards. Hit a little draw, ended up on the left side of the green, and I was trying to be cautious of a bunker on the right. This was a fairly easy putt. I had about 30 feet down the hill, kind of on a side hill, but the greens were pretty slow, running about 9.5. So I didn't play very much break. Ended up about 1.5 feet away again, so pretty easy tap in here too. Fourth hole, we got a short par 3, 140 yards up the hill. Tried to muscle a pitching wedge because I felt really good about it, and this is pretty funny right here.
No. And heavy.
As soon as I hit it, I thought I hit it heavy because I'm not used to hitting the grass. And I got noise canceling going on, so you can't hear this, but my playing partners thought it was going in the hole. Ended up with about a 15-foot putt straight up the hill. Not difficult, but since I haven't played, my putting wasn't super strong, but my speed control was pretty impressive. Just another stress-free tap in there. Another driver off this 5th tee box, and I did make a mental mistake here as there is water down the right side, just to the right of this tree here. Bunker on the left, so I was trying to draw it in off of that tree, and it kind of just stayed straight. But in retrospect, it wasn't really a driver hole, and I could have hit anything else and been in play. But
yeah,
here we are taking a drop. So another kind of major side hill lie here. Hitting a 50-degree wedge, just trying to get it onto the green so we can hopefully get a par putt. The ball was way below my feet, something I haven't been used to for a while, and it just came out straight right. However, the contact was fantastic once again. Oh yeah, lots of geese on this course too. I had to shoo this one away because he was just in my line of sight. This was a pretty tough pitch here. This is about 20 yards probably. So it was a ways away on a funky lie once again. And it actually settled up there to about 2 feet. Now my playing partners did give this to me, and I told them you guys would give me grief for it. But anyways, moving on to this next par 5 here. Water all down the right, and finally I hit the draw I was looking for. Honestly, a little bit too much. It ended up just in the left rough, but it was a great swing, and I was really happy with it. Low spin, and it went a mile. Left myself with about 203 yards, I believe. And in the past, long irons have definitely been my weakness. The aim here was right in between those left 2 palm trees, and I executed it fairly well.
Yeah.
Came up just a little bit short, but I left myself in a really good spot. Had a, 15-yard chip right here up the hill. And somehow, my chipping and just short game overall was feeling really, really good. Something that I wasn't expecting with simulator golf, but it felt really solid. Just another easy tap in here and an easy birdie. Short par 4 here, and I was just trying to draw it around this taller palm tree, which I think I executed really well once again. My driver is feeling so good, and I've done a ton of work on my driver. I'm definitely feeling like I can shape it in both directions. If not during this round, I will be able to soon if I play some more. Now, the day before this round, I tried to get a good practice in, but I didn't have a whole lot of time, so I spent about 20 minutes just hitting various wedge shots from different distances, and so I felt really comfortable after having a wedge in my hand a couple times already during this round. This was from 86 yards, and it was tracking. I flighted it perfectly. I was able to hold off on it, left myself with about 3 feet here, and it was a fairly easy birdie. Now, right after making that putt, I thought we were shooting in the 60s for sure. Fast forward to this next hole here, and I really wasn't sure what club to hit. I was between a 5 and a 6. I was playing about 205 yards probably, and so I ended up going with the 5. And some of my old habits definitely came out here. I should have just had a confident swing, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Pulled it just the slightest bit, and we ended up in the worst lie. Now, I also want to mention the toughest part about this course is small greens. This green here was only about 10 yards wide, so not easy. We ended up with a fried egg, but not a shot I haven't seen before, so I just shut the face and swung really hard, and unfortunately it came out straight right just because of the angle, but not bad.
I'm happy to be out.
Left myself with a 20-foot putt here, and I wanted to keep things going, so I was really trying to make this one. Ended up just missing it to the right, but my speed control was fantastic again.
My first read was good.
So we step into number 9, 1 under par, got one more driver, water down the right side here. And so the plan here was just a dead straight drive. But looking back on it, I really didn't commit to the shot, just left the face open, and ended up really close to the water here. But thankfully, this time, we did not go in the drink. These palm trees you see are on the far right side of the fairway, and we're actually going around them. Got about 140 yards here, so this should be a perfect pitching wedge full. Ball was sitting down a little bit, flag in the back, so I really didn't think this was going to go over. Yet somehow I caught a flyer, and it just went right over the flag stick. I was really happy with the strike, though. And overall, I just could not complain about the way that I struck the ball today. So just one more easy pitch down the hill. I was hoping for a one hop and then let it release down to the flag, but it was a little bit more downhill than I thought, and it released quite a bit further and went way down this hill. No way. And you can hear that disbelief in my voice because I actually hit it exactly how I wanted to. So we got about 15 feet up the hill to stay under par, come in out of 35, and it felt like a good stroke, but looking back on it, it was definitely a slight push there. And we make a bogey at the last and come in at an even par 36. 3 birdies, 3 bogeys, 3 pars. So that's it for the front 9, and I know most people would be really happy with an even par front 9, but honestly, I'm kicking myself because I really thought I was going to go 2 or 3 under par on that 9. I ended up shooting 2 over on the back 9 for a total of 74 for the round, which is pretty respectable. Even if I could get out to the course once a month, along with the golf simulator practice that I do, I think I could shoot under par, and I think that it's that big of a difference having a golf simulator, having a launch monitor. Prior to having a launch monitor, my driver was completely unoptimized. I was hitting everything really spinny, sometimes 4,000, 5,000 spin rates, and I would lose a lot of distance. And now that I can see those numbers every time I'm practicing, I've worked so hard, minor tweaks on my swing, but worked so hard on getting a consistent driver with low spin, and I'm hitting it longer than ever. The practice I'm doing with my irons has been huge. And the practice with my wedges, even chipping, if you think golf simulators don't help with your short game, then you'd be completely wrong. They absolutely do. I mean, in the past, if I haven't played for a couple of weeks, my chipping usually is pretty bad. But I felt really confident on the course, long chip shots, pitch shots, no problem, and I'm hitting off different lies than I'm used to. So personally, I wholeheartedly agree that having a golf simulator or just a launch monitor can help your golf game in a really positive way. And if you want to learn more about what golf simulators can do for your game, subscribe to this channel. But if you made it to the end, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video, as this was really different for me. It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. And I've been really thankful to have all the support over the last few months on this channel, being that it's newer. We're at over 500 subscribers now, and I'd love to be at 1,000 by the end of the year. So if you're new, please subscribe. And if you're not, just like the video, show some support, and I'll try to bring you guys some more content just like this. And otherwise, see you next time on Unreal Golf.